All right, hello, wealth builders. We're back again at the property. We have an electrician came to come and check it out. We just want to kind of talk with you guys. We got this property. It's coming up to the time to get everything closed out. But we're out here. I'm out here. Uh, we got people coming to see it on a kind of semi-regular basis, and it needs a whole lot of work, y'all. It's completely gutted. So, well, how about we sneak in real quick? Which I say sneak, but we're just gonna walk in the front door, um, and just kind of take a look at what I'm talking about when I say it's completely gutted. Like, there's no walls, y'all. There's no walls.
That one on the corner where we're rewiring it.
Okay.
So I can get
We
you.
actually just saw that when I was like, we had rolled by that. I thought, oh, the power thing had got ripped off, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're rewiring that one, and then if you get at that light there, the church is on the left. There's a house that they painted black that's kind of down the ways and across the street, and we did work there.
Okay.
So would you think, this probably needs to be like completely rewired?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like
It's
back
still
to-
got the
yeah.
old.
Yeah. Are y'all maybe are you selling or are you renting?
We're
We're
gonna
gonna
rent.
turn it into a rental.
Okay.
So and we want to change the floor plan. So our goal is to take this wall down, put a wall here, and make this into a bedroom / living space with a bathroom, and then do the same thing on the opposite side, and then have a shared kitchen.
Okay.
So it'd be bathroom, shared kitchen in the middle, bedroom back there, bedroom up here with the whole.
Yeah,
So
no.
then would it be 4 units at that point?
It'd be two
It's
here and
still-
then 2 there. It's, we
Still
put the
technically a
wall in.
duplex because we're
Okay.
gonna share the
Yeah.
kitchen.
Okay.
But
I didn't
we're-
know how all that worked.
Yeah. So
So then
So, but we want to do the same thing on that side, make it. into
So
a
then,
floor.
like, if this, I'm just trying to think about, like, because like your electric meter,
Mhm.
like the bill. So, like, on this side, if, let's say she owns it and you need a room and I need a room, and we've decided we're going to live here, would it be like you would be renting, like, to me and him individually or, like, collective?
we're written by the room.
Yeah,
So we're
to
doing
students.
student housing. So we're
Okay.
gonna be covering the electric
So-
anyways.
Okay, so
So we're still wanting to keep it this side, that side.
okay,
So-
okay. That's what I was trying to
AB,
figure out. Like,
yeah.
did like this one need a meter and like
Mm-mm.
that one and then that one and that one? Just I didn't know how you
Because
do
at
it
that
like
point
that.
they're gonna call us a quad.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I just needed to know that for like, we got to set up the new panels and whatnot. So I didn't know like, so 2 meters is fine with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 meters.
Like,
I
I
and
need
mean,
a
right
meter,
now, I
one
don't even
and
know
a
if it
two.
has 2 meters now. I feel like it had 1 meter for some reason, but it definitely has 2 boxes.
Mhm.
Two
Well,
boxes on this side.
We can go. Now I can put it on 1 meter if y'all are gonna own it all collective, like the whole building, and when you're gonna rent it out to 4 students, let's say, and you're just gonna charge them $75 a month or whatever the number is for electricity, or if electricity is included, we could potentially save some money by only doing like 1 meter.
Now the question I would have is, if we decide to sell it later on, how hard is it to split the unit back into 2? You get what I mean?
Yes.
Because we plan on keeping it for a while. I'm just kind of curious.
Yeah. So the way we would do it is a common area on this side and a common area on that side
Mhm.
would each have a panel.
Mm-hmm.
They'd run back out to out there.
Mm-hmm.
We could do a 200 amp service now that fed both of those wires.
Mm-hmm.
If you decided you wanted to sell and make it like let's call it a traditional duplex,
Mm-hmm.
it would just be take that box off the wall out there
Mm-hmm.
and put in 200 amp meter bases.
Okay.
So I say that to say, cheaper now would be just put it on one 200
Yeah.
amp service. So if you ever did want to do that, it's not like you've got to come in here and like tear out drywall and rewire the
Okay,
place.
that's what I think she was at.
Yeah, it's just moving boxes around on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
But if we went ahead and set it up as 2 meters now, you would have a little bit more expense now as far as front end, like paying your electrician to set it up like that, number one. and number two, you would have two bills coming from CDE, and I don't know enough about their billing to know if like if you've got one bill and I've got a bill, like it's automatically at least $50. You know what I mean? Like I don't know enough about their billing to see if
like if it's a minimum.
right, yeah, right. I don't know, or if they charge you like, oh, you have service, so we're gonna hit you with $40 a month just because you have service plus your usage. You know what I mean?
I know they do that on gas.
That's kind of why I was like wondering. So like at that point, you might do better to like put it all on one, and if you keep it for 5 years, well, if they charge you $40 a month, 12 times 40 times 5 years, you know, you might do better to put it all on one now, and then if you wanted to sell, do it. You know what I mean? Because and then also at that point, you wouldn't be in the middle of having to pay for 1,000 other things. You know what I mean? And you'd have some money coming in off here as opposed to just spending it every time you turn around or everywhere you look. There's something you got to spend money on.
Now, what would you need for us to get done for you to be able to give us a quote?
How many square feet is it total?
I think it's 14 something.
For both sides, right?
Both sides. It's like 1,400.
How fancy are you wanting to get? Like in these bedrooms, are you wanting just like a ceiling fan or a light or?
So we want to go LED.
We're probably gonna do like a main fixture, and we might do a couple like
Don't do recessed cans. They cost way more, but you could do like a disc light.
Something like extra.
It's LED, but like a disc light, I can get those like to purchase the fixture for like $11, and like a can, you're gonna have to buy the housing, and then you gotta buy the trim, so you're at like $25, $26. So like that doesn't sound like much, but when you look at like across the whole project, $12 a fixture. If you've got 30 fixtures, you know that turns into a bigger number than it sounds like originally.
So we're not trying to do super fancy.
Yeah, but we want it to be something that the students won't have to mess with. So we don't want them to have to change light
bulbs and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say if you're gonna do like, if this was gonna be a bedroom, I think if you gave them like a ceiling fan with a light and then like 4 disc lights like around it, I feel like that's a good like middle of the road. It's not overly fancy, but it's not like bare bones. Like,
that's kind of what I was kind of thinking.
Okay.
Yeah, I would do that, and then you know, a light over the vanity in the bathrooms. I like to put one over the tub and shower just because I feel like when you draw that curtain, if you've only got the light out there, it's really dark.
Yeah.
We've lived in
I have too, and it's like one of those things that you don't really ever think about it until you've like been in there. It's like, oh, I have the lights on, but it's dark in the shower.
We like that, and we want so because it's gonna be college students, we want to go with outlets, at least 1 or 2 outlets in the room that
have the USBs.
USB plug-in already built into it. It was that and something else. Kitchen. We're gonna probably go with electric appliances in the kitchen, all electric, like the house does have gas.
They cost more, and then that's a whole other thing for, I hate to say children to have to like keep up.
Yeah, we got an 18-year-old at home, so trust me.
We know.
Yeah, they are for children to keep up.
They are. Yeah, they're just older children.
I would go electric appliances because I mean your gas appliances are going to cost a lot more anyway. And then if children are children and they break it, I mean I'd rather them break an electric range than a gas range. That costs.
Then we have to figure out is gas leak or.
Well, and that's a whole nother a whole nother can of worms. The gas leak or they leave something on and then it's.
Yeah, it's going to be all electric.
The motion sensor for the. Like in the bathroom or in the kitchen?
You can, but I wouldn't.
No.
They are going to be calling you all because those things just go off.
Okay.
A lot. And they fail. I mean, it's one of those things, there's more technology to it, so it's more to tear up. I mean, if you just want them, we can, but I would advise against it.
What about the rotary ones?
You could do that. You could do that. I would feel better about that than like.
What do you mean the rotary?
Like where it clicks and then it turns it off after a certain amount of time.
Okay. I've only seen those on the heat lamps, like the heater.
Some hotels
lights.
have them.
Okay.
Yeah, or like you see them at like you go to a hotel, the hot tub will have one. It's one of those things that turn.
I was just thinking in the kitchen for one because that'd be I think the one place that the lights may get left on there. And then the bathrooms. Not necessarily in the bedroom. I did think about it in the bedroom. And I was like, I would like the lights just going off on.
Yeah, I mean, I think in the common areas you can do it, and I would say in the bathrooms, I would suggest either tying the exhaust fan on with one of the lights, or putting you can do that cheaper than you can buy the exhaust fan that's got the humidity sensor. You can tie it with another light fixture for in essence free, but then you got to buy that fan with the sensor that's a couple $100 more. Okay. But I always like to do that in like rentals or places like this where like you almost force them to run that exhaust fan to get the moisture and the humidity out instead of like leaving it up to them, because if they go in there and if you rent it out to an 18-year-old girl and she goes in there and takes a 45-minute shower and it's the water temperature is like the gates of hell.
I mean,
you want to get all that out of there.
Women like taking hot showers.
I know. And that's why I'm saying like, tie it on with the light switch where
so
she's
it
going to have
always
lights.
comes on every single time the light is on, the exhaust would be on. Okay.
And then that pulls it out and doesn't leave that 45 minutes of
steam.
humidity in there.
That makes
on
sense.
The ceiling
and then that would force you to turn the light off too.
Because you don't want to listen to it.
It's kind of a 2 for 1.
Yeah.
So I mean, if we did that, you probably wouldn't have to have that sensor because they're not going to hear that fan.
No.
Yeah.
So they'll make sure they turn the light
just
off.
put one in the kitchen.
You could put one in the. Where's your laundry going to be?
In the kitchen. We were thinking about doing an all-in-one. So on the.
I would, if you're gonna have your laundry and your laundry in your kitchen, I would consider putting an exhaust fan in here too, because I know like my wife hangs a bunch of clothes up to dry them instead of like running them in the dryer. So like you take your shirts out and you hang them up. That's a lot of moisture that you've just kind of introduced into the ecosystem.
Come on, in the bedroom?
No, in the laundry area.
Okay, in the laundry.
See, we were gonna just make it like the kitchen and then like a all-in-one unit.
The washer dryer, the center one unit.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Just if you're gonna put it, if I'm in the, I don't know if I'm in. No, I'm not. That's the.
But
kitchen.
that'd be more. I guess the bedroom and
Yeah, if you were gonna do the kitchen here, just and have like a laundry nook, let's say, just put. I wouldn't do no pendants or I wouldn't do anything crazy in the kitchen, but if you ran through with a bunch of those LED pop-in lights and tied an exhaust fan on with it, then they're also going to turn those lights off as well because they're not going to want to hear it. And if it's on, it's going to be pulling humidity out. Okay. So, I mean, that wouldn't be a bad idea either. And you can get an exhaust fan, I think I can get one for like $18, like the trim and so, I mean, that's not a huge.
Yeah, that's not much.
What else? Outside.
What would you want to do outside lighting wise? Because they're going to be 4-door. Yeah, well, you got 4 doors.
So the goal is for the student back here come in through that door, student up there come in through that door. So I know we want a light outside of each door, for sure.
So you'll have to, for codes, you'll have to have a light and a plug. Okay. But I didn't know. Do you think you'd want any kind of exterior lights like on this wall or?
Yes.
Because that's where they're gonna pull it.
We're gonna want, and we want, so I guess a light and maybe even a plug up to the top because we may put security cameras in. And it'd be nice just to be able to plug them in instead of having to run a wire or something.
Well,
I'm not really sure.
If you're thinking you're gonna do an exterior camera system, you'd almost do better to just pull some Cat 6. Okay. And do like a PoE, which is power over Ethernet, because then if you did that, you could have like an actual camera system that would like record to a DVR instead of just like having an app that's like, because I mean, if it's a rental, if you're checking cameras, you're like, something's happened for the most part. I mean, because you're not just going, if everything's going gravy, you're not just going to pull it up and like, let's look at you're checking them because something has happened. Yeah. And if something's happened, you're going to want that footage. To like protect y'all and y'all's investment, you know what I mean? So, and I mean, you can get a spool of Cat 6. You can get 1,000 feet of Cat 6 for less than $100. So you take one to each corner. That's more than enough wire, and then you can get on Amazon and get like a decent PoE system for $300-400. So if you've got a hardwired PoE DVR backup camera system for $500. I feel like that's pretty good because if you just go buy Ring cameras, if you bought 4 Ring floodlight cameras, you'd have more than $500 in them because they're almost $200 a piece.
So what would that be like mounting a box?
Yeah.
Out up on the corner.
No, you just stub the wire out, and then the camera has like a quick connect that you just throw it up and screw it in.
Okay.
And that would be the actual, like, you know, for that you can get like night vision, high def, the ones that record sound, the ones that you can talk on, and you can link it to your cell phone. So like you can still look at it on your app, but you also know, like, because are you gonna have like a, you know, when you go to an Airbnb, there's like a closet or something that like you can't get in when you're staying there, but it's like the owners. I mean, are you gonna have some kind of area like that here?
We were not, but if we put in a DVR, I feel like we would need to.
Yeah, I mean, 'cause that's something.
We had to mount a cabinet outside or something, so I don't know if we want to do that.
I wouldn't do it outside because it's gonna be exposed to the elements, and then too, I mean, if somebody comes
just
back here and steals a car and sees that cabinet, I mean, I'm assuming if somebody's gonna steal a car, they're not opposed to like destruction of property. You know what I mean?
Probably
But,
have
I
to
mean,
go.
you
It would
could
have to go
still-
in the kitchen or something.
But I mean, you could tuck that somewhere.
Yeah.
Even if you built a cabinet, you know what I mean? Like build a cabinet around it and put a padlock on
Yeah.
it.
Put it in the attic or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, put it in the attic. I mean,
That's true. The attic would work.
just something to think about for like the same amount of money that might give you like a better finished product. Because I'm not overly hopped up on those like Ring cameras or like, you know, like my dad has the Blink ones, and like, yeah, they're cool, but the batteries, like, they're battery. So like, it
That's
would
what
be
we
my
did when we
luck
do.
that I would forget to change the batteries, especially not living here, and then like, oh, something's happened, we need our footage, and oh, well, I forgot to change the batteries.
Right.
And then you've really,
No, I
in
agree
essence,
with
done all
you.
that for nothing.
Because my mom has the batteries and she constantly has to change out the batteries.
Yes, or like I'll ask Dad, like, oh, did such and such happen? He's like, oh, no, I'll look on the camera, and he's like, oh, well, my battery's dead. And it's like, well, a camera with a dead battery kind of defeats the purpose of a camera.
Floodlights on the outside.
Yeah.
Corner.
Yeah.
Four corners.
Four corners. It's not a horrible neighborhood, but it ain't the best. I just want to make it as safe as possible.
You said it was 1,400 square feet?
Like 1430, something like that.
I mean, so on the trim outside, would you want me to bring like all the smoke detectors and the can lights and all that stuff, or would you want to supply them?
Could you give him a quote if you supplied it?
Yeah, I was fixing to.
We prefer for you to furnish as much of the stuff.
That's fine. I just wanted to say like
you
what
probably get better prices than I get on most of it.
if I don't, I would be very upset. Just to be completely honest with you, you know, we're being an electrical contractor. If I'm not getting a better deal on it than just a guy who's not an electrician, I'd be quite unhappy with my supply house.
Can you think of anything else, Ken?
No.
And I'll write you something up more like official and send it to you, but just kind of shooting from the hip. To wire this, furnish the stuff, pull your camera wires, and then if you buy a system, I'll like mount the cameras and get it running for you. And then bring in the smoke detectors, light bulbs, just pretty much anything, the floodlights, and bulbs for those. I'm thinking you're probably gonna be between 8,500 and 9 to do the whole building.
Okay.
And that's with me furnishing all that stuff. If I would have to go through and and I'll send you something if I didn't bring all that stuff. Like obviously it'd be cheaper, but it's really I guess not cheaper because you're still buying that stuff. So you know what I mean.
And then I get these guys in, get the floors fixed. I just need to let you come in before we drywall, right? We're thinking about spray foaming. So
that would
you
be a
need to
good
be here
idea.
before or after that.
Oh, definitely before, and you'll have to have like an inspection on our end before, and they're probably gonna make you have a framing or a building inspection too.
Okay. And you pull your own.
I pull all my own permits, like I have a license, insurance, all that stuff.
Okay.
And I don't know if y'all are a business or not either, but you can send me a 1099 and I don't care. So.
Okay. All right. only other thing was, yeah, if you could recommend your general, who you know.
Yeah, I'll talk to the guy that's doing that one down there. I know a few people, and I'll see if I can't get you connected with a few.
Okay.
Maybe
It'd be cool if somebody that you already work with, because then you already got a relationship with him.
Yeah,
My guy that we're planning to use, he's out of Nashville. He does great work, but he has to commute up here, so we're trying to find somebody who's in the local.
Yeah, I'll give Kyle, who's the contractor on this one down here on the corner by the church. I'll give him, or you or him, vice versa. I'll send phone numbers around.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't know. He might be more interested in like taking on another one since he's already like right down the street. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know how it is if you can have like multiple projects on like this within eyesight.
Yep.
Eyesight, like that's a whole lot easier than one over here and one over there. And
Yep, that's true.
but yeah, I'll get you in contact with him and I'll send you over like an estimate on the electrical with me bringing everything. But that's kind of what I would do.
Do they have LED floodlights then as well? So, okay.
That's pretty much all I put in now is LED, just because it's so much more. It's cheaper per month to run because like your old 60-watt bulb, like okay, the 60-watt equivalent pulls like 3 watts. Like they're just so much more efficient and they last longer.
Yeah,
we don't want them
touching
broken
nothing.
fixture or broken globes. And we was like, we can go with the LED ones that don't even require a globe.
With us covering the electric, they could run all day and not have to worry about the bill.
Well, and realistically, if you didn't want to put ceiling fans in those, like those two, the bedroom / living space, you could just run through with 6 disc lights in there and call it a day. I mean, a fan's going to be every bit of $125.
Yeah.
I mean, you can buy 2 more lights at $11 a piece and probably still keep 100 in your pocket on the bedroom. And then that's even less for them to tear up. I mean, I hate to say it like that. But
No, that's exactly what
that's
it
what
is.
we're looking for, though.
We're just trying to build this out in a way where it's harder to tear up.
Yeah. Well,
You know what I mean? As much as we can. Like.
Yeah, I hate to say you're child-proofing it. But
Yeah.
We
We
are. That's definitely that's the goal.
But yeah, so you'd have, this side and that side would have a panel. I wouldn't, if you're thinking you're going to keep it for at least a few years, I wouldn't mess with having 2 separate meters on it right now because that's something that like could be done in a day down the road. You just change some of the equipment outside.
How much would that run in the,
Let's see. Your service wire would be rent. This is really shooting from the hip, but between 1,000 and 1,500.
Okay.
Is like if you called like down the road and like, hey, we want to swap this to 2 separate meters. That's where you're gonna be at.
Okay. As long as I was sitting here, I was like, as long as it's not like, $5.
No,
$5
it
grand or
it's.
something.
I mean, no, it ain't nothing crazy like
Okay.
that. I mean,
Most
I just
expensive thing is gonna be what the meter base.
the breakers.
As far as
the breakers inside is gonna be the most
Okay,
expensive
the
thing.
main breaker.
Okay.
Because the breakers they're making us use now are about $50 a piece as opposed to a $5 what they used to be, just because of the codes. Which I mean, it's safety stuff, so like I get it, but it still sucks when you buy them. But yeah, and which we've had I think I've either talked to 4 or 5 electricians that those high dollar breakers they've had in the last like month. People have been coming in from they think Nashville and stealing them out of new houses.
Really? He was still anything.
He sure will.
I think it's got to be an electrician though, because
Yeah,
like,
it has to be.
who else knows like what those cost?
Nobody.
Because I mean,
I definitely wouldn't.
yeah, and that's the thing. Like nobody else knows like how expensive those are. So I think it's either that or it's somebody who's like got somebody like I'm an electrician and I've got a guy going out to steal him and I'm paying him like half off or something. I mean, it's either an electrician stealing him to like install, or it's somebody that knows an electrician. That's
crazy.
But yeah, well, I mean, one guy had how many apartments was it? I think it was whatever 7 times 12 is, because it was 12 packs of apartments. Had every breaker stolen out of it. I didn't even want to do the math on that because, like,
84, I think.
Yeah, 84 times $13, $50 breakers per door. I mean, that's.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
a lot.
need to know the math. I don't like need to
Yeah.
math that out to know that would hurt my feelings. Like, but yeah, they've done it from apartments. At first it was just in Sango, but then now they've moved out to like the Tiny Town Road area.
That's why everybody's putting those little security things outside.
Yeah, well, if you'll look and see, a lot more builders are putting up those like solar camera deals.
Yep, we've been noticing those.
We said we had to get a quote for it too. Just because the area, like you said, the area is not horrible, but it's not the best.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know,
It's
not the worst, not the best.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's changing, so we wanted to get in it.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I feel like up and down 9th Street, there's all kinds of stuff that's been sold and I mean,
It is. It's busy.
hell, in the last 2 months, we've been in 2 different houses, like just right here. So, yeah, but
That sounds good.
I'll get you something drawn up and send it over to you, like a more real estimate than me just standing here telling you a number.
Okay, I'll shoot you my. I see my email.
Yeah, send that over and then I'll get you in contact with Kyle. He's the guy doing this house down the road. But yeah, I mean, ideally, I need to come in after your framing and plumbing's done.
For your rough end, and then come back again after the draw off.
Yep.
Or after paint, or after.
No, I don't want to come back until your countertops are on and your kitchen cabinets are set. Because like a lot of our stuff is like dependent on like the kitchen cabinets being there, because you know, like we got to install all your appliances and we got to like in your vanities we got to put your bathroom lights up, and like I really need the sink and the faucet there to make sure it's where it needs to be.
Okay.
'Cause, like on like the vanities, I always just leave a wire in the wall because I've been too many times. People be like, oh yeah, this is dead center of the vanity. And so like you put a box up and then you get in and it's like, oh, well the cabinet person shifted it 3/4 of an inch and then the plumber shifted it another inch. And it's like, okay, well like collectively now my light's 1 3/4 off center. And that's enough to really make me look like a jackass. So like, you know what I
I'm
mean?
with you on that. No, I'm with you. I want it to look really, really good.
Yeah.
I don't want somebody standing there looking like, that's just off. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, and I've been down that road with people just to now where I'm at the point at, all right, I'm just gonna leave the wire back in the wall and I'll cut a cut-in box in and grab the wire once it's all said and done, because the cabinet people and the plumbers have gotten me in the past. But yeah, so
Yeah, sounds good.
that's kind of where I'd be at, and then you know, if you needed a temporary over here too, I usually don't charge for those if we're like wiring a house, so you could have temporary power.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right. Cool. Thank you, Brian.
Thanks for
And
good
I'll
meeting
get
you.
some quick too.
Yeah, man. It's good meeting y'all. I'll text me your email address and I'll send you something over, and then I'll send you Kyle's number.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. You have a good one.
All right, you too. So before we step out, Ken. All right, you guys got to get in. This is how walkthroughs happen. So if you've been wondering like, what do I do during a walkthrough? What do I say? How does it go? What does it look like? This is what you need to see. This is what you need to know. You heard Ken and me asking questions. You heard the contractor giving advice, and we definitely want to listen to what they have, their advice. I mean, we're going to take what they say, we're going to listen to what they say, and then we're going to come back and talk about it.
Yeah.
He has some really good insights.
But
Okay.
he's a professional.
Yeah.
So we listen to the professionals. So we're happy that he got to come out here. We called him up today. He came out today.
And
that's
that's
how fast it is.
And that's what you want to look for. You want to look for somebody that's going to move quickly, because if they're not moving quickly to come and see the property, they're not going to move quickly to do the property.
Yeah.
Okay.
And y'all heard that price, under 10 grand to rewire this whole duplex. That's 2 sides with meters, with him furnishing all of the parts, him furnishing all the light sockets. That's him putting in the GFCIs and the USB plugs. In the USB plugs that we asked them for. In the cameras, like just in case you want to put cameras on the end. So like under 10 grand. So I mean,
cameras and floodlights on
floodlights.
4 corners.
Yeah.
4 corners, because we want to make sure that our student housing is as safe as we can make it, because we want 18-year-old girl to be able to feel comfortable living here, or you know.
We want their parents to know that they're going to be safe
Yeah.
when they're in our establishment. So
Yep. So we're not trying to run those shicey environments. We're not trying to make them feel unsafe. and we're trying to make sure that as when they live here, they don't want to leave here.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wanted to just come to you guys real quick, show y'all seen this property a few times, but when I say it's completely gutted, I mean it's completely gutted.
Yeah.
And this framework is going to be changing up here shortly once we get it under contract and we start everything.
We got it under contract.
Well, we got it under contract. I meant close it. We're going to be getting rid of this wall right here, so this framework will be out. We got some roof work that's got to get done, some raptors. Wow. That's what I think of when I think of raptor.
Yeah. Velociraptor.
Yeah. But what they got going on? But as you see, we're gonna be doing spray foam in here. So the goal is not to, when we build the attic back up, that we don't just throw down insulation down on the bottom. We're gonna try to seal it up and make it, what did they call it? AC. It was something like that. I can't remember the actual name of it. Watched a few videos about
I
it.
can't remember.
But climate control.
Yeah.
It'll be climate control attic technically. So we're just gonna make this property look amazing. So amazing that nobody's ever gonna leave, and that they're gonna want to stay here through their master's degree. All right, so that's it. We're gonna go ahead and sign out. Ken, you have anything you want to say to our wealth builders?
Yeah, just remember, man, like I'm gonna keep saying this for the rest of 2024. We're halfway done with the year, okay? If you're somebody out there who's looking to start your real estate investing career, today is the day.
When is it?
Don't wait. Today is the day.
What day?
Today.
Tomorrow?
Today.
Yesterday?
Today.
Okay.
Today is the day, okay? Watch the videos that we put out. Make sure you subscribe because we're going to keep on bringing you videos and updates on this property. If we can do it, you can do it because all you have to do is replicate the things that we're showing you right here on this page. If you got questions, drop them in the comments so we can answer your questions so that you can get your real estate investing career started. This property is going to be a cash cow. I don't know why they call it a cash cow. I guess it's because it's fat. It's going to be a fat cash cow.
Cash cow would be producing all that milk, which is making that money.
Yep. This property is going to bring us,
Potentially,
gross about $4,000 a month in cash flow from college students. So if you're a person out there who's either looking to find a property that you could do the exact same with, or a person who's looking to invest in something like this, look, this property we're going to spread the wealth. We're going to use investor funds. We're going to give them a amazing return on their money. They're going to get cash flow and equity out of this deal, and it's going to be a win-win. We're going to get some students into this property where once we get it fixed up, and it's going to be amazing. And then we're going to move on and we're going to do it over and over and over again.
Yeah, we're looking at like a 63% return.
Yeah.
So that isn't a little sprinkle. That's some money back in their pockets.
So if you think you can't do it, I'm here to tell you that you can. If you have money, you can get started. If you don't have money, you can get started. It's just a matter of how much work are you willing to put into it. And you see, we run out here and do these walkthroughs with this property multiple times. You've seen us put multiple videos up of us getting contractors in on this deal. Yeah. It's costing us time, but in the long run, it's going to be worth it. Okay, it's going to be worth it for us and for our investors. We want to make sure we're protecting our investors, so we're doing the legwork.
And it's going to be, we're looking at a property that's going to be making us money without having to look at it every single day, all day long. I don't want to be sitting there hitting buttons and having to come and visit. We're going to set this up in a way where we can do this property and then move on to the next one while spot checking. Yeah, we're going to spot check, not micromanage on a day-to-day basis. We're going to be spot checking, make sure everything looks good, money's coming in, and we're going to move forward and move to the next property and the next property and the next property and the next property and next property and next property, and continue on with that. We're not going to sit here and just do one and say, oh, I got one property under the belt. No, we're going to be looking to put multiple properties under our belt. We're looking to, on our next round when we come, we're talking about our Jacksonville properties, we're looking at putting 4 at a time, okay?
And y'all listen here, you only need to own 4 properties worth $250,000 to own $1 million worth of properties.
Control.
That will make you a virtual millionaire.
What?
You will pretty much be a millionaire once you own 4 properties worth $250,000. Okay.
Wait a minute. You said a virtual millionaire.
2 properties worth $500,000. 1 property worth $1 million. Okay. If you can do that, then listen. There's more than one way to become a millionaire, okay? There's more than one way to get your cash flow up. There's more than one way to get passive income. Everybody talks about passive income. Come and join us so we can show you how to get some real passive income.
Really, come
Right.
come get these nuggets of knowledge. We are here.
Now I need to go get me a burger.
All right, well, you heard it. You heard it. Get your money up. If you don't know how to get your money up and you're in 2024, 2025, I don't know when you're watching this video, future video, but if you're watching this video, then you are somebody that is looking to get your money up in real estate. Let us show you how to do it. We're going to take you along on this one. So keep watching us because we're going to take you along the journey.
Yeah.
Okay, this isn't a one and done. We're taking you along on the journey to us controlling $1 million worth of properties. By
Over
well,
a million.
okay,
Yeah.
over, my bad. Let me take that back. We are looking to have over $1 million, controlling $1 million worth of property by the end of this year.
Yeah.
Okay, and then next year, I don't even know. We're just doing that in the next 6 months. So next year we're going to be doing even more than that. But we were taking you guys on this journey with us so that you can watch us do it, so that you can learn how to do it yourself. Because we're not just trying to show y'all what we're doing. We're trying to teach y'all what we're doing so that you can do it as well, so that you can join this journey with us. That's all I got to say. That's all Ken got to say. And we are out of here. We love you guys. We're out.